Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about one of the most dramatic and powerful developments on the battlefield, Ukraine storming through Russian positions and taking back what's rightfully theirs. After months of brutal fighting, strategic patience, and careful preparation, Ukrainian forces have once again demonstrated that their determination, courage, and skill remain unmatched. This new counteroffensive surge has not only shaken Russian defensive lines, but also sent a clear message to Moscow. Ukraine will never stop fighting for its land, its people, and its freedom. Over the past several weeks, Ukrainian units have launched coordinated assaults along multiple fronts, targeting weak points in the Russian-occupied zones. What makes this breakthrough remarkable is how methodically it was planned. Ukraine's intelligence and reconnaissance teams gathered detailed information about Russian fortifications, minefields, and troop movements. Then, using a combination of artillery, drones, and special operations forces, Ukraine began softening enemy positions before launching their full-scale push. The results have been nothing short of stunning. Russian lines that were considered impenetrable just a month ago are now collapsing under Ukrainian pressure. Reports from the ground show that Ukrainian forces have retaken several key villages and supply routes, cutting off Russian reinforcements and isolating pockets of troops. Soldiers advancing on foot describe how they found abandoned Russian trenches filled with ammunition and equipment, left behind as panicked troops fled. For many Ukrainians, these victories are deeply symbolic. Every inch of regained land is not just a tactical win, but a piece of their homeland reclaimed from occupation and terror. The morale among Ukrainian fighters is soaring, fueled by the sense that the tide is finally turning after months of grinding warfare. One of the defining moments of this offensive has been Ukraine's ability to adapt. Over the past year, the war has transformed into a battle of endurance and innovation. Ukraine has developed new strategies using small mobile units supported by drones, electronic warfare, and precision artillery. These tactics have proven devastating against the slower, more rigid Russian formations. Instead of massive armored assaults, Ukraine relies on flexibility, speed, and real-time coordination. This new generation of warfare, powered by technology and intelligence, has made the Russian army's outdated tactics increasingly ineffective. The fighting has been fierce, with Ukrainian troops pushing through minefields and fortified lines that Russia spent months constructing. But despite the dangers, the momentum is clearly shifting. Russian propaganda once claimed their lines were unbreakable, yet videos now show their troops retreating in disarray, leaving behind vehicles, weapons, and even wounded comrades. In some areas, Ukrainian soldiers have raised their national flag again, a powerful sight that brings hope to millions watching from across the country. Ukraine's advances also carry enormous strategic significance. By reclaiming territory, they're not just freeing villages. They're pushing closer to key logistical hubs that Russia depends on to supply its front lines. Every bridge, every road, every captured depot makes it harder for Russia to maintain its occupation. It's a slow but steady squeeze that's cutting off Russian control piece by piece. The Kremlin is feeling the pressure, and reports suggest panic among Russian commanders who are struggling to hold their positions under constant Ukrainian strikes. But this isn't just a military success story. It's a human one. Across the newly liberated areas, Ukrainian civilians are emerging from basements and shelters where they've hidden for months. Many are emotional, waving flags, embracing soldiers, and thanking them for bringing freedom back to their towns. The stories from these places are heartbreaking, tales of fear, occupation, and resistance. But they also show the unbreakable spirit of a nation that refuses to be conquered. For Ukraine, every liberated street, every school reopened, and every home reclaimed is proof that their sacrifices are not in vain. On the other side, Russia is facing growing internal turmoil. Reports of low morale, desertions, and supply shortages continue to surface. Many Russian soldiers, poorly trained and badly led, have little will to fight a war they don't believe in. The contrast between Ukraine's determination and Russia's exhaustion is becoming more obvious with each passing week. Ukrainian units are not just better coordinated. They're fighting for something real: their homes, their families, and their independence. That sense of purpose is what gives them the edge on the battlefield. Ukraine's allies have also played a crucial role in enabling this progress. Western weapons systems, from long-range missiles to modern tanks and air defenses, have given Ukrainian forces the firepower and precision needed to outmaneuver the Russians. But beyond the hardware, it's the intelligence sharing, training, and moral support from allies that have empowered Ukraine to strike effectively. Still, Ukraine's leaders emphasize that no amount of foreign aid can replace the bravery of their own soldiers, who face danger every day with unshakable courage. As this offensive continues, the world is watching closely. The maps are changing, the momentum is shifting, and Ukraine's flag is once again flying in areas that were long under Russian control. These victories may not yet mark the end of the war, but they are milestones on the path to eventual victory. Each regained settlement is a step toward restoring Ukraine's full territorial integrity. The message is clear. No matter how long it takes, Ukraine will reclaim every inch of land that was stolen from it. Of course, the fight ahead remains incredibly tough. Russia still controls large areas, and its forces continue to launch missile and drone attacks deep into Ukrainian cities. The destruction is immense, and the human cost continues to rise. But Ukraine's resilience is unmatched. Despite blackouts, bombings, and brutal winters, the people refuse to back down. This determination, from the soldiers on the front lines to the civilians rebuilding their towns, is what continues to inspire the world. This latest breakthrough shows that even after more than 2 years of war, Ukraine's will to fight is as strong as ever. The Russian invasion was meant to crush the country's spirit, but instead it forged a stronger, more united nation. Ukrainian society has transformed into a symbol of resistance against tyranny, proving that freedom cannot be destroyed by force. The courage displayed on the battlefield has also strengthened the global resolve to stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes. The Kremlin's attempts to demoralize Ukraine through terror and destruction have failed. Instead, the images coming from the front lines, Ukrainian soldiers raising their flag over liberated territory, tell a different story. It's the story of a nation fighting not just to survive, but to win. These moments are shaping history in real time. The war is far from over. But Ukraine's recent advances show that justice, courage, and determination can break through even the strongest defenses. As Ukraine storms through Russian positions, reclaiming what belongs to them, the world is reminded that the fight for freedom never truly ends. It demands sacrifice, unity, and faith in the future. And while Russia continues to wage a war of aggression and lies, Ukraine's truth is written in every liberated village, every saved life, and every soldier who refuses to give up. This is not just a military operation. It's a national rebirth, one that will echo for generations. So as the blue and yellow flag rises once again over the liberated soil, the message is clear to everyone watching. Ukraine is not just surviving, it's winning. And the world stands with them as they continue to take back what's theirs, inch by inch, until every corner of their homeland is free once more.